What's up? We're back again, going back to back with these videos. I primarily went over Fortify for the last video just because that's going to be my main focus throughout the year. But I wanted to sort of go over the other apps that I would like to have done and finished by the end of the year. And so we already went over Fortify, but the next app would have been Nautica, just because I am very familiar with local LLMs, and I feel like my experience with making Glyph, I can kind of knock this out fairly quickly. I'm going to give myself a month time to finish this app out. I feel like that'd be pretty good. I'm not going to be working on Ride Play. I don't know. Don't fully see me making money off of it, and I'm not too interested in it anymore. I had this idea because I was in college and I only had a bike. But I always saw like Ride Play and like how you can like have the maps, you can have like the maps view and like different sort of directions, as well as like your Spotify, like skipping and pausing, playing songs all on one screen within the car. And I wanted that for the phone, so I didn't have to constantly switch between, I'm looking at just the maps, or I'm looking at just Spotify, or I'm just looking at the expanded view of like directions on where to go. I wanted it to be an app where like you can have all that, basically just have all of that functionality all on one page, so you don't have to switch between different apps. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll be making it. Maybe I will like later on, but just for this year, this is probably going to go far on the back burner. I'll actually move it down here too. Same with the Roblox game. I might not be able to just have the time to make a Roblox game for this year, but maybe these are like next year kind of projects. We'll see where things happen and where things go. Same with Truth Compass. This is probably not even a paid thing at all. Like I would probably, when I do have the time to make it, I will probably be making it sort of like an open source project. But earn this. So like, yeah, if anyone wants to take this and run with it, go for it. I'd love to see what comes from that. But yeah, these are the apps that I will be working on in the year. So again, we went over Fortify, Nautica. We know what that is. Quick cover. This is an app I feel like I can make in a weekend. Or because it's not an app, it's a Chrome extension, and I've already had the groundwork laid out for it. I spent like a day working on it and pretty much got almost all the core functionality done for it. So now it's just a matter of like tying up like a payment system to like be like, oh, pay $1 for this cover letter. Yeah. Then there's Threadbind. That one I have spent 2 days working on and made a lot of good progress with it. And I feel like if I spent like another month working on it, I would have a fully fledged working app for that to be done. Bro Hire Me Please. Bro Hire Me Please, I've been working on I worked on it for a month already, and I guess this is where I'm going to start out with, and I'll just show you guys. But I'm kind of stuck with the whole generate resume portion of it, just because resumes are formatted in various different ways, and the way you want to format a resume is very like, I don't know, like it all really depends on like the person and the job type, and I just really am kind of struggling with how I want to go about this. And I'll show you guys what I do have so far, and you could guys let me know like what any recommendations for that kind of thing. But yeah, the main two things that are preventing this from being fully ready is the generating a resume is not really up to standard on how I would like it, and then the mock interviews are very buggy and don't fully flow very well. But yeah, let's go ahead and start it up. We'll start the back end first. For the tech stack that I'm using for this is React for the front end, and the back end is Django. just because I wanted to try out Django. I've never had used it before. All my other, but the Fortify website and Glyph all use Flask for the back end. So I wanted to try something different. This just simple landing page. Pretty much that's it. You'll go here, you'll start applying. Oh. Gotta remember what password I set for it. Okay, there we go. That works. You'll log in, and then it'll kind of just give this information out here. I'll blur my personal information. But yeah, the idea was that you'll land on this. You'll typically fill out all the information you would write for a job application, which I know is tedious. But when I first made this, the idea was that I would go about trying to make it so that an AI would auto apply to jobs for you, and I just haven't figured out how I would go about that. So I'm trying to put that as like I'll add that later kind of feature. But yeah, you'll fill that out, you'll fill this out, then you'll go to this apply page, and I'll clear this form real quick. This will basically be what you see. You'll be able to choose whether or not you want a resume, a cover letter, or both, and you'll find a job. So let's go to LinkedIn to find a job posting. And now another thing that is buggy with this is that there's a lot of websites that block basically like web scrapers and stuff, which is what I'm kind of using to grab the job information to generate a resume. But the idea is you would come to a page like this where you can see the job roles and stuff, and the whole idea with it is that so you don't have to straight up go here, copy this, go back to the website, paste it there, just like you would if you were to do this with ChatGPT itself. The idea is that now you should just be able to grab the link, paste it here, and everything's good, and it should just generate. And we got lucky, we picked one that doesn't block any web scraping bots and stuff. But see here, we got the job description, we've got the location of where it is, the company name, job title, and you will just hit generate application. And right now we selected that we want to generate both a resume and a cover letter, so it should generate both of those. You'll just sort of wait for it to do its thing. So it comes up with this. I don't know why this border is here, but I'll just zoom in for now. The resume, like, I think this looks good. This is like a good looking resume. It's fine. The main issue that I'm having is that if going between different styles and stuff, like, there's not really, like, it changed the colors, but that's pretty much it. And if you want it to be formatted differently, like if you just look up resume in general, look at like certain images and stuff, like there's a bunch of different ways to go about this, and I want to have multiple different ways of making this thing that kind of looks like the template I used. But yeah, I mean there's similarities, but there's not really like a whole wide range selections of templates, and I don't fully know how to change all of this core information very, I don't know, efficiently. And then again, another issue, large issue that I'm having is when I go to download a PDF or Word doc of this, it messes everything up. See, it's all scrunched together, doesn't really look right, and the times where it is properly spaced, sometimes it'll make an entire new page. And because this is using an LLM to generate all the content for the resume, there's just no way of like specifically saying, hey, I want this on one page, because it doesn't really know what one page is. So it's gonna automatically spill stuff onto another page and stuff like that. I know there's probably a way I can go about it by sectioning out different sections of a resume, like hey, this is education, this is work experience. Work experience, you can only have up to this many characters and whatnot. But yeah, I just haven't really gone about it or implemented anything for that. The cover letter looks great though. Like the cover letter looks amazing. When I go to download the cover letter, I believe this actually works well and it looks fine. Oh, I lied. That does not work well. Okay, well, damn. But yeah, and it's the same thing with Doc. I don't feel like opening Word right now, so I'm not going to do that. But, you get the point. You download it, it looks messed up. But yeah, it does generate stuff. Like, it did make a resume. It does make a cover letter. And then the idea is, like, okay, we like this company. We're going to go ahead down and click save. I have it as send it because the idea was once it generates, you could say, hey, I want the AI to apply for me now, and actually use that generated resume and cover letter as sort of information to go out to the website and apply for the job. But again, so I figured that out. When you do hit save, it'll come to here to your applications, your application documents, and this is sort of like a job application tracking system in a sense. So you could be like, oh, I applied to this job, but I got rejected. Womp womp. And then you won't be able to do a mock interview because you already got rejected. You'll be able to edit stuff. There is a glitch where this, for some reason, adds resume and then my name again. But, and there's cover letter. This also looks good. You'll be able to view the job description. But yeah, it's just like a general job tracking system that basically shows what resume and cover letter that you've used. Now going on to this whole AI feature that I'm working on, mock interview. You click that and you go to your interviews. It should appear over here. Click start interview. You can do a technical or behavior interview. I'm basically just using main system prompts to like guide the AI to go about conducting an interview. If you wanted to do a regular chat interview, it would kind of open up this and you'll be able to talk with it. Hey, give me a job. And then by the end of the interview, once you click end, it would then save that information. It would give you a score on how you did during that interview. And obviously I'm getting 1 stars because I told them to give me a job. Once I hit start interview for the phone interview, it works well. Like, you are able to converse back and forth with an AI, and it does it pretty quickly. The voice isn't that realistic, but it does the job. So if I hit call here, I wonder if it's going to work. Okay, hold on, pause. I'm gonna go ahead and end this real quickly. I'm gonna play through my speakers because I actually have no idea how to freaking. I'll figure it out later, but right now I don't know how to play my Mac audio with OBS for some reason. Like, it doesn't work, and it just works right away with Windows on my gaming PC, but I don't know why it doesn't work here. Anyways, I'll go ahead and start another mock interview and play it to the speaker briefly. I know it's gonna be sounding crusty, but it's fine. It's whatever. So
Hello, this is the interview line for Paperless Parts. My name is Alex, and I'll be conducting your interview today for the software engineer position. How are you doing today? Could you start by telling me a little about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Bronson. I am originally from Maryland and grew up overseas a bit. But yeah, overall, I've got a pretty strong background in tech. I love programming in computers, and I really would love to sort of, bring that skill set that I have to you guys.
Nice to meet you, Bronson. It sounds like you have a unique background with some international experience, which can be really valuable in a tech role. I'd love to hear more about your technical skills and experience. Can you walk me through your journey as a software engineer? What sparked your interest in programming, and what have been some of the highlights of your career so far?
Yeah, so some of the highlights of my career were that I got to fly out to LA for my company that I'm currently working for. I think that was pretty cool. And blah, blah, blah. Give me a job. I want money.
Laughs. Well, Bronson, I appreciate your enthusiasm, and it's great that you've had some exciting experiences in your career so far. However,
it's so stupid. But, I mean, yeah, so it it works pretty well. The main issue that I have with that one is just that the live transcription of me speaking and the AI speaking does not appear on screen, and the mute button doesn't work. And whenever I go ahead and what's it called, the timer thing that you saw in the corner, whenever I am like going through the interview, it actually doesn't, the AI like kind of has like no context or awareness of time. So like as that timer ticks down, if I set the if I said set the timer for like 5 minutes and the timer goes and ticks down to 5, the interview will kind of just cut off and it just ends without there being like a proper closing. And I want it to be like the AI will sort of have context awareness, be like, hey, we have 5 minutes left, do you have any questions for me? And then, you know, I'll ask my questions to the AI or whatever, so that there's a bit more of a concluding, like, ending clause to this. But I don't know. It's yeah, it sucks, but that's all I have so far, pretty much. Oh yeah, also if you wanted to upload just manually, you don't have to go through the whole actually generating a link and stuff like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Yeah, there's still a lot to do with that one, but you know, it's not really my main focus, and I kind of just wanted to work on something differently while I was working on Fortify. Just kind of, I had been banging my head into a wall after a problem I got stuck with that one. But yeah, the next app that I guess I'll show now is ThreadMind. This is one that I've started recently. So this is the AI generated clothing brand, I guess you could say. This one I kind of thought of because I was watching this guy called Starter Story, and he's doing a 100K challenge for generating images, generating YouTube thumbnails, and he's trying to make a SaaS product out of that and make $100,000. And I kind of wanted to follow along with it, I guess, but not directly just copy what he's doing, because number one, I'm competing with him, and number two, he's kind of going about it live, and I didn't want to like have my like, I don't know, everything just kind of given to me. I wanted to go through the process myself, but in a bit of a different fashion. So that's how I kind of came up with this one. But yeah, this is ThreadMind, just basic clothing brand store generated. All these URL links are kind of built out with dummy data right now. I am going about using Superbase for this one. I never used Superbase before. I just heard about how like easy it is for making authentication, and my god, yes it is. And I will probably be going back to Bro Hire Me Please and Fortify on implementing that better, just because this right now I made this myself. The logging in functionality is all done by me and it's so much easier to have Superbase like do it for you essentially. But yeah, so this is the idea, is that you come here. You can shop previously generated clothing items if you wanted to. These would be sort of items that other users have generated. And so it's like, oh, this person generated this cool quantum phone case or whatever, looks cool. You can be like, oh, I want it. That is not what I clicked on. It's dummy data, it doesn't matter. But you'd be like, oh yeah, this cool t-shirt, some other person generated it, but I want it too. Add it to my cart and buy it, and then it would use the print on demand service to then package and ship to the customer. And that way I don't gotta worry about packaging and shipping, all that stuff. And all the AI art that people are making with OpenAI's image generation can actually be applied to clothing for people to wear out, and because it's pretty cool. Yeah, the create your own design. This is the actual page to make the image generation. I am having the generated art to show up on the clothing, like to give like a mock view of what it would look like. Yeah, that's kind of the only really thing I haven't really figured out. When I could go ahead and select like different art styles that I would like. So let's do a cartoon of, I don't know, Porsche drifting in Tokyo, and I want it to be portrait. And we'll hit generate. I am realizing how expensive this API is. Every image you generate is like around like 15-20 cents, I think. So it's like, damn, I can't just be having this out for people to use. I'm probably gonna make it to where it's like you can spend $5 to start customizing, and you can save that customization for later if you're not ready to purchase yet. After you spend the $5, then you can go ahead with buying the shirt. And I think I'll kind of like offset it. Maybe I'll be like, oh, if you buy directly from the shop, then that price will, let's say for example, be $70 for like a good hoodie. And then, but if you generate an image, you spend the $5 to have 5 different image generation templates to work with, then your price at checkout will be $60 instead. Regardless, you can edit the image, and we can go ahead and click edit design. That'll bring you to this page. I don't know why it warped. I'll fix that later, but I mean, I could be like, oh, I want the wheels to be on fire, and I'll click apply, and it'll sort of regenerate the image with that added change that I want. These image generations do take quite a bit, and I'm wondering if I should spend the time to make a cooler looking animation for people to look at, just so people don't get bored with how long this takes. I actually have not looked into it, but I want to know if it's possible to use this image generation API and have it stream in like it does on OpenAI's website, where you'll actually like see kind of a blurred version of the image come in and fade into view. If that's possible, I would like to implement that, but I don't think it is. I think it's kind of like their thinking models where you don't actually get I don't think you get oh, that looks good. I don't think you get the thinking tokens through the API. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that, but yeah, so think we edited the image, and we're done editing what we want, and I think we can go back, and it should just be there. Yeah, there it is, and that's that. And the idea is you'd be able to sort of decrease this and move it over to where you want onto the shirt and stuff. That's not working yet though. Then you could hit add to cart. You go to your cart and check out. I think I broke something by doing that. But yeah, so I would like it so that like all your images that you do generate as well would save, just so you can have them. I want them to save per like checkout, per product checkout that you're doing, and then until you check out, then they go away, because I can't be wasting data storage for like a bunch of images that people are making. Whoa, what the fuck? All right, anyways, count information works, stuff like that. Well, kind of works. It doesn't display properly. Like there's a name associated with this account. I could see the name in the database, but it doesn't appear on the UI. I have no clue why. Yeah, that's that. The next idea that I'm going to be working on, this is the one that quick cover is like, I'm for sure that I can get this working within a weekend. I know I can. Let's go. But yeah, quick cover is just a basic extension that should let you basically open the extension on your browser, and then sort of say, hey, I'm on this page. Can you generate a cover letter for the job description that I'm looking at? So sort of like, bro, hire me, please. I think I came up with Cook Cover just because it's like I know the cover letters are pretty easy to make, and it's like that could easily be a one-off extension. So I decided, yeah, I'll go ahead and make a. What the fuck? Everything breaking. This ain't even my website. Cool. Motion recruitment. So you got the job description right here. This one might not require a cover letter, but let's say you are looking at a website that does require a cover letter or has the option to upload a cover letter, and like if there's an option, might as well do it. What's the harm? The ideas would be you would, when you install it, when you install the extension, you would upload your resume, and then that your resume is kind of just there, it's saved, it's good to go for next time you want to use it, and you just click generate cover letter, and that would be it. Generate the cover letter, and then it's using OpenAI's API and stuff, and here, cool, it's for motion and does this, and it uses your resume as well as it uses your resume as and then any information that was on the page to then make this view. Oh, I didn't save. I need to make it to where you have to, like, it'll save until you click get rid of it or not, but you could copy the clipboard or you can download it as a text file. I'm gonna make it so that you download it as a PDF later on, but man, dealing with PDFs are so annoying when it comes to like formatting and stuff for some reason. But yeah, that's pretty much it for quick cover. And again, it's kind of like, I think all I need to do is fix it so that it actually puts your name, and then saving it as a PDF. And then lastly, the settings page / like payment system. Then it's pretty much good to go. So literally 2 days of work, maybe max. And then I could launch an extension. But yeah. After that, the last app that I am going to be going over is probably Nautica. Now, I originally started making it in Swift, I believe. So yeah, the whole thing is in Swift, and I think I wanted to try it because I've never wrote any code in Swift before. And I actually kind of like it. I look-y like Swift. It's pretty nice. But yeah, overall, I can go ahead and open the simulator. I'm gonna open it up in Cursor and try just running the commands manually. Is it in here? Oh, okay, it's working now. It just took a long ass time. It popped up on my other screen just now. Again, the idea for this app is basically just you're doing meetings and you want AI to take notes for you, or you want to ask AI information about that meeting that you just had, but you can't be recording meetings and uploading those recordings to a bunch of just wide open mass data collection services like ChatGPT, Claude, and all that. So the idea is you would have a local LLM running on here to view your meetings and stuff and be able to sort of go through a summary of everything, transcription, go through the notes that it wrote, being able to record different types of meetings and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if I want to keep creating this in Swift or if I want to switch over and restart doing this in Expo, so that way I would be able to have this written for Android as well. Just because Expo, you can export to various different devices, but I'm not sure. I might just keep it Swift just because I don't see this as something I want to expand too much. And if it does take off that much, then I might as well then I'll invest the time on recreating with Kotlin or something. But yeah, it's just a basic template of what the app could look like. Doesn't actually do anything. The LLMs that I was thinking of actually doing for this app are probably Llama 3 billion parameter, or most recently the Quen 3 4 billion parameter came out. So I think that would also work, at least for the more beefier iPhones that are out there. Pretty much iPhone 14 and up, I'm pretty good as solid to run like a 3 or 4 billion parameter model without it being too much of an issue. And the transcriptions, I will be using, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong with this, but I believe Whisper can fit on a phone. Cool. Well, chat seems to think so. Oh yeah, 1000% this will work fine. I'll probably go with the medium, just so don't keep things too slow. I'll do some testing and stuff later on, but you know, you guys will be along for that journey as well whenever I get to this point. Coming to an end of a very long video. If you're here, that is crazy. I cannot be that entertaining. That's wild. I will be working on, I'm gonna fix out, I really think I'm super close with fixing this issue over the next few days. And once that issue is fixed, then the app would be ready for download. So I think the next 2 videos will be about Nautica and Fortify. Or I don't know. I kind of want to work on Threadmine because that's like really cool. I think that has potential. If people could let me know on what I should work on next, then that would be great. You know, some recommendations. But I will finish Fortify. Potentially, it's a debate between Nautica or Threadmine that I'm going to be working on next after I launch the beta for Fortify for Glyph. Thanks for watching. That's crazy if you made it this far. That's like, honestly, props to you for sticking up with my bullshit and my brain just jumping between places because I've got too many ideas that I want to implement because I want to make money. And yeah, regardless, thanks for watching and I'll see you later.